Perfect.
Cool, man.
Thank you. Had to do the fake buys. I always find that really cringe.
Like, bye. But we're all saying. So I'm Tim. I'm from Paris originally. I've been playing music for about 10, 15 years now, but I've only been doing it as an artist for about 2, 3.
Okay.
I moved to London about 2 years ago, so I've been trying to do it here a bit more seriously.
Right.
I still have a full-time job to pay the bills and live in this expensive place. But,
It's the artist life. It's the artist life.
But yeah, no.
Nice. Well, nice to meet you.
Nice to
Welcome
meet you.
to Future Hits Radio. It's great to have you on, and I'm excited about your performance tonight. I wanted to ask, you've been here for 2 years. Like, how has the music experience differed for you in Paris versus London? Two major cities.
Yeah.
Super creative. Like, have you seen something different?
So I am French, but most of my songwriting is in English. Most of the stuff I play is in English. Most of the music I listen to is in English.
Right.
So actually, in Paris, it's a bit harder for me to kind of make a name for myself and play, perform, because the crowd there is very French.
Okay.
So I think here actually suits me a bit better, surprisingly.
Okay. Has it always been like a thing for you to come to London if you've been writing in English, like musically?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's the best place to be when you're in Europe. If you want to make music in English, like there's no other place. If you go to the States, I guess that's the next level. But
How would you describe your music? If there was like 3 artists right now that you would say, okay, I'm like this, this, and this.
it's a bit of a generic answer, but I listen to quite a lot of different music. My music is very acoustic, so I'm a guitarist originally, and the stuff I listen to has been very like acoustic-driven music. And so stuff I do is it's pop music, but very guitar driven. I mean, the biggest name that does similar stuff is Ed Sheeran, but I also kind of, another famous one would be John Mayer. So a bit of those two, a bit more on the folky, rocky side of John Mayer maybe.
Okay, two big names, two big names. But let's make sure you check out his music. How do you go through the songwriting process? And also speaking another language, that's sort of intrigues me. How do you kind of like, do you think in French, write in English? Or you're constantly thinking in English? How does that work?
So, in English for sure. Like, I mean, I've written a few songs in French. I'll play one tonight, which is always quite exciting to play something a bit different. But yeah, the songwriting's in English. I'm very like music and melody driven in terms of how I write. So I always kind of typically write. I usually just play guitar.
Right.
Something comes along and I'm like, oh, I can make a song out of this, and then I really build it from there. And then I try and find a story that will suit the melodies and the chords that I found around that. So I'm not a poet. I don't write the lyrics and then write a song around it. I mean, I don't know if people do that. Some people might.
Some people do, yeah.
But yeah, play music first.
Nice. And then your experience like gigging, like how has that been? Like doing performing is a whole nother ball game to recording and writing.
Yeah.
How have you managed that? Does it come naturally to you?
So this might be a bit of a rogue one, but I much prefer gigging than recording and releasing music. So in London, I go busking when I can, usually on weekends to work around my work schedule. And then I've been trying to get more shows. It's not always super easy. You need to, I rely usually on agents like Hotbox or other booking agents to find gigs. I think the next step would be to find relationships and build relationships with gig venues to try and organize them myself.
For sure.
But yeah, mostly busking shows.
Where do you normally busk, sorry?
Where do I normally busk? South Bank, Leicester Square when it's not too busy, which is rare, because usually you have to queue a good time there.
Yes.
Trafalgar Square, and I guess those are the main ones. Recording, I love writing and recording. It's just that I'm not a very good music producer, which is something a lot of artists in my ballgame relate to.
Yeah.
And so I find it takes me a lot of time to get to good demos, and I haven't yet built good enough relationships with lots of producers and mix engineers to get to a level where I can quite quickly and easily release music. So I have lots of songs written, but not many songs released.
Okay.
Which is kind of the struggle
But
I'm dealing
soon
with.
coming.
They're in the works, and I'm going to wait until I have a good backlog of music so I can kind of get a good release strategy going and release them quite consistently over time.
Okay.
Think of calling, I know you'll leave me hanging, keep me wanting more. So if you don't know for sure, I'll leave the roses at your door. And darling, you and I still seem to be going. When I get close to you, I feel so insecure. So if you don't know for sure, I'll leave the roses at your door. Thank you.
Well, I'm excited to see your performance tonight. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining me. And where can we find you on socials and Instagram?
Instagram, TikTok. I have a website. It's all Tim Daboville. So my last name's French. It might be hard to find, but
I will put it in the
It'll
description.
link there.
All
Yeah,
good,
exactly.
all
But Tim
good.
Daboville on all platforms.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And good luck tonight.
Cheers,
Thank
thanks.
you. Bye.
This first song is called Roses, and I literally wrote it like a week and a half ago, so we'll see if it's good. Roses, I'll carry you roses, 'cause I heard that you love